What is up today? I'm going to be going over the three main muscle groups you need to be focusing on to look big no matter what. All right, so quick little disclaimer. Every muscle group is important to train, but every muscle group is not created equally. I will say that, which means, yes, there are muscles that should be trained, but maybe not as often as some other ones. So we're going to be looking at the ones that should be focused on if you're wanting to get bigger. Oh, and also if you stick around to the end, I have a bonus tip that you are not gonna wanna miss that will kind of sum up all this together. All right, so muscle group number one is the triceps. The tricep makes up 2/3 of the arm muscle. And so consequently, you're gonna wanna focus on the triceps to grow your arms. Most of the time when people recognize somebody as big, they're looking at their arms because typically one is wearing a t-shirt, so the arm muscles are the first things you see. And so having a bigger tricep gives the illusion of being bigger in general than you might actually be. So focusing on tricep growth will definitely make you look like you have more size. So a few exercises for triceps that I really enjoy are isolated tricep hold down. So this is where the cable machine I typically use. I do not super light, but relatively light. So for me, this is like a 2 setting. So I don't know what that is equivalent to in pounds or kilos, but I do 25 reps of those, very slow. So for triceps, I found, and for a lot of muscle groups actually, I found that doing the slower, higher rep range and less weight results in bigger muscle gain. So that is my number one exercise. And again, those are isolated. So I do 25 on this side, 25 on that side for 3 sets. And then the other one I love is dips. So these are just your body weight dips on a dip machine. And those I do 12 to 15 reps, again for 3 sets. The second muscle group you're gonna wanna focus on is the chest. Now the chest is oftentimes gonna be covered by your shirt, but this will give the illusion of just being bigger because a lot of the time you can see the chest through the shirt. It'll poke through and just lift up your torso. And a lot of the chest exercises will work in conjunction with the shoulder too. Again, helping your posture to keep you straight up, just keeping you bigger and more rounded. And then also the chest works in conjunction with the triceps as well. So doing a lot of pushing exercises will work kind of all 3 of these muscle groups, the triceps, chest, and shoulders. And then a few exercises that work chest and the other muscles are, again, your classic bench press. I like to do bench. I do it a few different ways. I do one on declined, where I'm actually at an angle with my head on the bottom. So I'm laying backwards, and then I do, again, enough weight where I can get, I just upped it to 27 or 28 reps. I can't remember, I have it written down. But yeah, enough weight so I'm like barely getting to that every time. The second exercise that I love is the chest flies, I believe is what it's called. And so this sort of movement, bringing your the weight towards the front of you and coming back slowly. And again, I do this one for 12 to 15 reps, sometimes 10. And then the last but not least of the 3 is the lats. So the lats are your back muscles, the only pulling motion muscle group out of this group that I talked about. So again, when wearing a t-shirt, the lats will help give you that V taper because even when you're like facing this way, they come sort of out and create that little V look there, which again makes the top you look wide. That's one of the only muscle groups that can actually do that. And now the other thing, I don't know if this is a normal thing. I just kind of discovered this. When your lats are kind of big, and you keep your arm down, they're almost pushing against your arm muscle just even by keeping them straight down, which makes your arms even look bigger. So I don't know if that's like a real thing that people do, or if that's just something I kind of came across randomly. Let me know if you've noticed that too. But yes, the lats. So now for the exercises for the lats, and then I'll go over that bonus tip. All right, so the number one exercise is the pull-up. I think everybody knows what a pull-up is. You're gonna work your lats, your biceps, and yeah, just help you become stronger overall. And then if you can't do pull-ups, I recommend doing pull-downs, like lat pull-downs. Those are basically pull-ups, just an easier version of pull-ups, or so you can do lighter weight and more reps. And the other exercise I recommend are pull-downs, and this is basically you're standing, your butt's kind of sticking out. I use a cable machine for this, and you just hold a little bar, you kind of pull it towards you, like that, just straight down and back up, and you'll kind of feel it right here. And again, I do like 20 reps of those. With all these exercises, I found that to put on mass, you want to do lighter weight and more reps. I've always just found that recently to really just skyrocket my muscle growth. And it also just prevents injury from doing too high of a weight, and you're able to get better form doing less weight. So those are the 3 muscle groups. Now for the bonus tip. All right, so this bonus tip, this may be kind of cliche, but when picking out a shirt, this is gonna be very important. If you wanna look bigger, you're gonna want a shirt that actually your arm fits into the sleeve. So for me, my arm doesn't necessarily, I mean, this shirt's okay, but it doesn't really fit into the sleeve. If I had a sleeve that looked like this, my arms instantly just look 10 times bigger. And that's just the nature of like how that works. So look for a t-shirt. Gymshark has great t-shirts that I wear. I've heard True Classic, I've never owned one, but I've seen them around and they look pretty good. Just something slim fit and will definitely help you look bigger. So that was the bonus tip. I hope this video helps you to kind of figure out what you want to focus on in the gym to look bigger. And again, subscribe, comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.